Hello, Glamour Ghouls! Welcome back! If you are new here, my name is Midge Munster, and on this channel we do all things campy, kooky, glamorous, and spooky. Long time no see, friends. As you know, I have been gone for about 6 months. I took kind of an unexpected leave of absence due to health stuff, and so today we are so back, baby. And I wanted to update y'all about what's been going on with my health. I will just preface by saying I'm doing really well. So that's the good news. I'm ready to get back here just in time for spooky season and get back to it. So we'll be chatting health updates, but also though the big thing today is going to be we are having our home's HVAC replaced on Monday. And in order to make that happen, we have to move basically everything in the basement to a different part of the basement. I am about a week post-op right now, so I cannot lift or like move things. But Taylor and his family are going to move this stuff all around. And in order to make that as easy for them as possible, I need to deal with all of this. I have been wanting to organize this and make some kind of like organizational video for quite a while, and it just, you know, is always at the bottom of my priority list, unfortunately. But now we don't have a choice. We got to get it consolidated and put up in a way that makes sense. So I thought what we would do today is basically go through everything that I have gathered over the last like 8 years of buying and collecting Halloween decor. Figure out what I'm still happy with, what I'm still actively using that needs to be organized and put into storage, and figure out if there are pieces, which I'm sure there are pieces in here that I bought really early on and just like don't resonate with my style anymore, or that I don't really foresee myself using. So we have a lot to do, and my in-laws are going to be here in like 4 hours to deal with this, so we gotta get moving. One other quick thing I want to preface, obviously we're in my basement. The sound quality down here is not that of my studio. The air conditioning is right here. My husband's server is over there, so there's a lot of extraneous noise. I've got my mic as close to my mouth as I can, and I will try to edit as much as I can in post to get that white noise out of here, but just know that this particular video, there might be some extraneous noise that is not normal for this channel. All right. Welcome back, friends. Let's get into it. Okay, so first things first, there's a lot of jack-o'-lanterns and things that are just like sitting on top that we need to deal with. So all my boys that I made last year, they came down, I think they were the last thing to come downstairs last year, so they were just like sitting around. And I'm not really sure how to store them. I probably need to get a big bin for them and like wrap them. I'm so nervous that they're gonna get like damaged. So I left them sitting around. There they are. Remember these boys? If you have not watched this, there is a whole video about the process of making these, and this is, to this day, one of my top like 3 projects I've ever made. There's nowhere to put anything. Oh, I just walked face first into a spider web. Oh my god, my face is covered in web now. Appropriate. Okay. Little fella. Big fella. Taylor bought us some big shelves for down here, which I'm really excited about because like this is all Christmas. Like everything is just like on the floor down here. We've never had a good organizational system for our basement. And I just, you know, kept getting more and more stuff, especially like once we moved in here and we had space for decor. So we need to we need to put the shelves in. Okay, I've got some Rogue like puck lights I know there's a bin in here somewhere that's just lighting. I don't know where that is, so I'm gonna set these aside for a second. So while I'm just moving all this stuff around so we can get to what we need to get to, let's talk about where the heck I've been. So a lot of you probably knew, if you'd been around for a while, you knew that like I had not been doing very well. The last 3 years I have not been well. And that really came to a head 2 years ago in February. I was like in and out of the ER constantly, couldn't eat anything, lost like 25 pounds in a couple of weeks, just like super, super sick. And I was actually going to the ER thinking that I was having heart attacks. It's like the most pain I've ever been in my life. And unfortunately, doctor after doctor after doctor either like could not find anything wrong with me, or to be honest with you, were not looking. Like they would test like one thing and be like, oh, this is the box for this street lamp from Target. We'll probably hold on to that if we don't put the street lamp back in there, which I don't really want to disassemble it. So this might be a good box to put something else in. I don't know. But yeah, doctors just like were not helping me, to be frank with you. And so for 2 years, I was in just like debilitating pain almost every day. I won't like get too graphic about my symptoms, but it was so hard to do anything because I was in so much pain. I would say 4 out of 7 days at least usually were just like debilitating pain to the point where I couldn't really function. The days that were like good days, which were still not good, it was like, okay, if I'm gonna film, like, do I have time to allot for, you know, several periods of having to like lay down for an hour? If I go out and film somewhere, is there a place where I can like throw up if I need to throw up? You know, just stuff like that where it just makes everything 1,000 times harder. And like, I just did not feel like myself. I felt just like my body was just a vessel for pain, and like my spirit, my soul was not in here anymore. Like it was very depressing, to be frank with you. And I had a GP doctor who was just like the worst of humanity. And he just like kept dismissing my symptoms because I'm a fat woman. And I was like, yes, but I also know my body. And I know like there was a very distinct point where this started happening and it was not happening before. And on all my tests, like my blood work and stuff, you know, without looking deeper, it looked like I was perfectly healthy. And I got kind of like trapped in a situation with him, especially because this was all happening like right after the height of COVID. And so doctors like weren't taking new patients, and I kept trying to get into different GPs and things to get the referrals I needed. And I couldn't get out of the situation with this one doctor. And I made like multiple waitlist attempts and things with other doctors. Nothing ever came of it. So finally we get to the last 6 months. At this point, I'm like so sick, so depressed. I'm convinced no one's gonna help me. And I make kind of a last Hail Mary with this terrible GP, and I go to him because the other really scary thing was like a lot of the symptoms and things I was having were mimicking things like colon cancer. And I was like, I'm on borrowed time here. Like if something is really wrong with me, I am running out of time. And around that point in like late January, early February was when I decided I have to invest all of my time and energy into getting well and figuring out what's going on with my body, because if I don't, I may not be here. So at that point, I planned on walking away from YouTube for maybe a month or so and trying to just like put all of my energy into getting healthy. And I didn't anticipate to be gone as long as I was, but I will say, while I feel like a sense of great responsibility to my audience, and I feel some level of like, I wish so badly that I could have been here or like explained better what was happening, but I didn't know what was happening, and talking about your health on the internet when you don't know what's going on is just like never a good call because I was already scared, and you know, I didn't need a bunch of unsolicited advice from strangers on the internet. And honestly, I just didn't have the like capacity to even make a video being like, here's what's going on. At the end of the day, I don't regret taking this time off because I went into my GP's office in late January-ish, and basically, and at that point I said to his face, I just want you to know that if this is something life-threatening, you've killed me. And that really moved his ass. I camped out in his office and refused to leave until he gave me the referrals that I needed. And the reason that I'm telling you this is not to like brag about what a great job I did. But also, you know what? Screw that. I'm also very proud of myself for advocating for myself. But I also tell you all this because I know so many other people are dealing with the same kind of experiences that I have been dealing with for the last 2 years and not being listened to. I hope maybe that by sharing this, like somebody else feels empowered to advocate for themselves and to push back, because your doctors don't always have your best interest. And if you know something is wrong with your body, don't stop fighting for your own care and health. You deserve care. Anyway, that's my soapbox rant. But I camped out in his office until he gave me the referral that I needed. And after that, it was like a miracle. Everything lined up. I got into these care specialists for GI, and they have been life-changing for me. My doctors have been so communicative and prompt and have listened to me every step of the way. Over the course of several months, I had several different like rounds of testing done. I had endoscopies and colonoscopies and ultrasounds and HIDA scans. And finally, one day, they were like, yeah, your gallbladder is like full of stones. It's incredibly inflamed. It's got hemorrhagic tissue. It's like bleeding into your abdomen. Yeah, you've been really, really sick. And anyone who has dealt with chronic illness, like, you know, the relief or like if you have not gotten that yet, like the way you know that just like somebody validating you and saying like, yes, you were sick is going to be such like just a weight off your shoulders. And I can't even tell you, like, them finally telling me like, yes, you were right. Something was wrong. And what's so funny, not funny, haha, but the first time I went to the ER in 2021, I woke Taylor up at like 3 a.m. because I thought I was having a heart attack. And once we were at the hospital and we kind of like realized where the pain was coming from, I told the doctors, it's like, I think it's my gallbladder. And I've been telling doctors I think it's my gallbladder for the last 3 years, and nobody listened until they did. Turns out I was right, bitch. So, like I said, I'm a week post-op. They took that sucker out of here. I am now 1 gallbladder lighter, and y'all, I'm feeling incredible. It's really, really crazy. When you've been in pain for a really long time, you forget that like the normal amount of pain to be in is 0. And so I didn't even like remember that it was an option to not be in excruciating pain all the time. And when they took my gallbladder out, they like send you a report, you know, of like, here's what was going on in there. The gallbladder itself is only like 2 centimeters by 6 centimeters. And mine had multiple stones over 2 centimeters inside of it. And one like stuck in the bile duct when they took it out, which is hilarious because the days leading up to my surgery, I was in like agonizing pain because my body was trying to pass a stone. So yeah, like, of course I feel better. Of course I do. I feel so good now, and I'm just so excited. Like, I filmed yesterday as well for a video that you'll see probably in 2 weeks. And I have room for creativity again. Like, all these ideas are flowing into me because like when your brain is so preoccupied with just like, am I dying? Is today going to be a day that I like can't do anything? Like, what do it, you know, like you're prioritizing survival, basically. You're in fight or flight. When you're existing like that, like you can't, there's no room for anything else. Like, you don't have space to have creative thoughts. So I'm finally freaking feeling like myself. I'm feeling like the creative juices are back in action. And I'm just so excited to actually like be able to complete a lot of projects that last year I told y'all were gonna happen and then just never did because I literally did not have the physical ability to do those things. So anyway, that's the update. The main thing I want to say to like wrap up this portion of the video is thank you all so much for your continued support. So many of you like emailed me, messaged me on Instagram, commented on videos, just like asking if I was okay, checking in with me, sending me your like wishes for, you know, if something's going on, I hope you're okay. And that meant the world to me because it really is very isolating to be so sick, especially when you're young, because it feels like, you know, I don't know. I was so angry for so long because I finally built this thing for myself, my YouTube channel of like my dream job, what I wanted to do with my life. And I feel like it got stolen away from me, like right when it was getting good, because I just could not function in a normal capacity. And it's really isolating to feel like your life has been taken away from you, your body is betraying you, and you like don't feel like you know who you are in that moment. So just thank you all so much for being here and for like waiting for me. I'm just really excited to be back. I'm really excited to be back, and I can't even tell you the like relief I'm feeling of having my body back. And I hope that if you are watching this and you are a person who is struggling right now with a chronic illness or someone who is just feeling like, you know, no one's ever going to help you, please know that there is, like, it does happen, and please don't give up on yourself. Like, I am so thankful to me for not giving up on myself and for like continuing to fight even when I felt like I had no fight left. So that's the very sad, sappy, dramatic portion of the video. Thank you guys again. And I'm just like so happy to be back here talking to you. I'm gonna move the camera down here and we're gonna go through these bins. And I don't know, I thought it'd be fun to just like sort through stuff because I don't know about y'all, but I'm freaking nosy and I love like when people show me all the crap they've accumulated. And y'all know I've got wild amounts of Halloween decor. So let's scoot down here and I'm gonna show you everything that I have. It's gonna be exciting. I don't even know what I'll have. All right. So there's a bin here that part of also what's happened down here is that like I've come down here throughout the year and pulled so many things out for like seasonal spooky decor, like doing things outside of Halloween itself. So everything's also just like disorganized and a mess. Like, please look at this. Like, what's happening here? She left the bin open. There's lights and stuff on top of the bin. I don't know, y'all. It's a mess. So the other goals is to, as we put stuff back in bins, like make a list of what's in the bins and try to create some sort of organizational system for that as well. Because when I'm looking for stuff outside like the spooky time of year and I need to be able to find something right now, that is not possible. We've got this jack-o'-lantern. This is from Home Goods. This still has the price tag on it. I bought this. This was like one of the first Halloween pieces I remember buying when I got my own place. I've had that for a very long time and I still love it. We've got some witch boots. Somebody gifted me these. I don't remember who. Got some like black roses with gold glitter. And put these in here. Okay, we've got some like fake candles that are black. Oh, candlesticks. I love these candlesticks. These are from Marshall's, I think, a long time ago. They've got like glittery black spiders all over them. I've always really liked those. So it looks like all of this might be from, is that 2 years ago when we did Vampire Dining Room? I think this must have been the bin that I put the stuff from the Vampire Dining Room back in. We've got like a black porcelain velvet covered pumpkin with a brass stem. Also Home Goods, I believe. We've got white candles. I think I should probably have a bin that's just, I know I said I have one that's just lighting, but that's more like colorful, like big scale lighting. I think I probably need a box that's just like all of my fake candles. That seems like a good idea. Oh, I forgot about these. We've got these like felt bat hangers that like hang upside down. They're really cute. I don't remember, I think these were Target a couple years ago. But there's like a whole set of them, and I like them because they're not paper. They're like fabric, so they're, you know, they hold up a little better. We've got candelabra metal. I think that's Target. I think I've got two of them. Yep, I do. I have two of them. There's the other one. Oh my gosh, guys! Tuesday's in here. Tuesday the Toad. Oh, we missed him. If you were not around when I acquired Tuesday, this was like a whole saga trying to get this toad. And we found him on a Tuesday, so that's why his name is Tuesday. Oh, I can tell when a box has a Bath and Body Works candle in it and I like open the lid and it's like, whoo! There was a time in my life where I really loved Bath and Body Works candles, and then I don't know if it was because I like turned 30 or what, but they give me migraines really bad. So now when I smell them, I'm like, oh, what is this? Oh, exotic beetle tonic. That is so cute. I think that was a Target. Yeah, hide and eek. I forgot about that. That's really cute though. It's like very, very Beetlejuice, which is probably why I bought it. Ah, yep, there's the culprit. Haunted Nights. I wonder, do these say which year they are? No, doesn't tell me when this came out. Honestly, the like scent profile is nice. It's clary sage, mahogany, and verbena. But it's just so like, I don't know, something about their candles is so like visceral. Okay. Oh, I've got these busts. These were from Michael's. I have both her and him. I thought they were really, this is like one of the last things I remember thinking Michael's did really well, you know? Like Michael's has been kind of letting me down the last couple of years, but those were nice. We've got just like some little black plants that I think are just from Target Dollar Spot. This beauty. We got a big spooky plant boy. This is also from Michael's, I believe. But he's like really textured and creepy. Okay, so now we're kind of getting into more of my like woodsy witchy stuff that's in here. We've come across an old Boo wallflower from Bath & Body that it looks like I accidentally left the thing in. It kind of like leaked, but I had it in a plastic bag, so it's fine. Another little Target plant. Oh, I forgot about these. These are from Old Time Pottery. These like cameo wall pieces. They also have like a little thing. I've got a couple of these. There's another one. What's happening here? Oh, this appears to be a bag of moths and butterflies for like, they're like the little ones with the wire that you can tie and decorate onto stuff. 3D printed wall, like claw hands. That's why those candles are in here. They go with these. The candles, they're printed to like set in there so that it holds the candle. That's why they're not with the other stuff. There is usually a method to my madness. But see, I say that, and then here's some more candles. So maybe not. I don't know. Oh, whatever this is very heavy. Oh, this is a TJ Maxx crystal ball with these like claw hands around it that lights up, that I remember buying very early on when we lived in like a tiny apartment. I had this and like a little fortune teller sign over our kitchen table. This was like it. That was all we had. That's back when I used to do my like decor hunting and hauls and stuff on Instagram stories. Back in like 2016, 2017. I got a box of bleeding candles. You know, so these were like, I don't know how to describe that in a way that doesn't sound weird. These are pre-bled, like they already had blood drips. They were for the vampire dining room, but to be frank, they came in and I didn't love the way that they looked. That's the first thing that I'm kind of like, I don't know if I'll use those. I could get better ones for sure. Got just like a little potion bottle. So we've got a real mix in this box. It's like partially vampire stuff and partially witch stuff, which honestly, I would much rather have all of my witch stuff in one place. So maybe we load the kind of like vampire-y, haunted mansion-y stuff back into this box, and then we figure out, I thought this was the box that had the Woods Witch stuff in it. Like all of it? I don't know. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 bins that I can see. And I know there are more around that corner. So it's gonna be a long video. I hope you're having fun. We have the at-home cauldron. This is still one of my favorite pieces. I love this. Another little velvet pumpkin. Oh, I forgot about this cute little guy. This was from Michael's, I think, last year. It's just like a little cauldron, but it has like a beetle embossed on it. I think that's really cute. Ooh, little palmistry guidebook from Marshall's. Again, very early decor, but I still really like it, actually. Got some little spider tea light holders. I think these were from Old Time Pottery. A spidery lantern with a fake candle in it. A Target candle. This was from the John Darien line they did. This potion jar. I just thought it was really, it's simple, but it's really like classy and nice. Plus the candle actually smells good. And the last thing in here is this little like spider guy with a bowl on his back that's metal. I think that was from Target too. I don't remember. Okay. So that is everything that was in that bin. That was a lot of stuff. So now we need to figure out how we want to put stuff back. Honestly, unfortunately, the ideal situation here would be for me to like unpack every bin I have, look at everything like together in its entirety, and then recategorize it, but we just don't have that luxury right now. So I know I'm doing stuff with the wood switch decor this year, so I think I want to make this bin more witchy stuff, and then I think the bin that this stuff's sitting on is more vampire stuff, so we'll consolidate. There were also some green and purple lights in here, which we're gonna get taken out and put into a lighting bin. Okay, so we've got the more witchy decor back in here, and then I left out this stuff that kind of feels more like, for lack of a better term, like haunted mansion-y, I guess. And then obviously we've still got space in the witch box, so we'll leave that open to put other stuff in as we move through things. But I'm gonna move this stuff on top of this tote, and we're gonna open the one underneath it, because I think this stuff goes more with what's in here. Hopefully I'm remembering that correctly. So let me ship this over. Okay, so I was wrong. In an interesting turn of events, this appears to be a box of a few random objects that probably didn't fit anywhere else. We've got a gold skeleton. We've got one of my candelabras. That's the other one. And those are from, they're like heavy. These are real candelabras that I got at the Oddities Fair a couple years ago. We've got a couple of my par lights. There's some over here that were just on top of this bin. We've got my Sam mask from Trick or Treat. And then just some like signage. We've got the Hocus Pocus, my cousin made that for me. Napkins that were from the vampire dining room. Oh, I love this sign. Salem Forest Apothecary. That's from Kirkland's. And the Hocus Pocus Sanderson sign. So that is what's currently in here. Like I said, I think, I have a feeling a lot of this is in here because it's my largest bin that I own. And I have a feeling these were items that didn't fit anywhere else and ended up in this bin. However, it's a really nice, like, large bin, and I feel like it could be serving a bigger purpose than it is right now. I think for sure I'm gonna take those signs out of there because there's another bin. I feel like that's the story of this video. There's another bin somewhere. There's another bin that has exclusively signage in it, which honestly those may be in there because they didn't fit in the sign bin. I don't know. But regardless, I'm gonna take them out and set them aside. Also, just for those keeping track at home, it is now T-minus 2 hours and 15 minutes till my in-laws get here. Ugh. I'm gonna pull my skeleton out for a second. Honestly, this is a good bin for him. I'll probably leave him in here, but I think I'd like to put more stuff on the bottom. I think I'm gonna put my par lights in here. There's one that's still in the box. Let's see if I can kind of stack these on each other. Oh, there's another one. Just keep finding them. Then I am gonna put this other candelabra. Aren't these beautiful? Look at the, like, oh, I hung this little spider from this one, but they have these like details. These are antique. I mean, they're like brass and heavy, and somebody just refinished them with this black and the skull details. But this is all the like original metal. And I would say this weighs at least 7 to 10 pounds a piece. They're so beautiful. So yeah, I'm gonna put this other one in here as well, because this is really the only place they fit. But the two of them fit side by side in there together really nicely. like that. Well, the good news is we have this bin to put our lighting in. Bad news is we made no progress on finding where the like haunted mansion stuff goes. I think the next step is I need to find the other bin that has lights in it and consolidate that into this bin, and then we can use that bin for this stuff. Okay, so we had a real bad news, good news situation. The bad news is that I either never had a lighting box, even though I know I did, or it didn't survive in the sense that I unpacked it at some point and then used lighting, and then that tote got packed with something else. So that was like the bad news, is that there's no other tote. But the good news is we can put everything in this tote and have a lighting box. So I found this like little box, and it fits all of my LED candles and stuff. And I have this little box with my like puck lights stacked up in it and all the remotes and things in a plastic bag. So that's all together now. And I'm going to just put this box inside this tub and store it like that, so that all that's in one place. We'll make it fit in there in a second. And then there's also this piece, which is like a metal, there, I can kind of see it. It's a metal like spiral with bats from Ross, I believe. My parents got me this. And honestly, I don't know if I will use it. I just don't really have anywhere for it. So this might be one of the first pieces that is getting displaced, getting culled, because I really have to like cut back on some stuff in here. All right, I'm feeling good about where this is at. Got the candles packed down in the box. I've got a few like yard projectors. There's like a spider one, a swirl one, some fire and ice ones. Got these like little strobe lights and some string lights. Feel good about how that's all coming together. I also got a trash bag. I threw away a strand of string lights that like didn't work. I also, you may have seen this lurking in the background. This is a pillow that came from TJ Maxx years ago. And it's the like Burt Reynolds like lounging skeleton pillow. He's like laying. I'm not gonna unwrap it. It's in this trash bag because my dog years ago like really made it his cuddle buddy pillow, and I'm pretty sure he either like peed on it or something, and I tried to like clean it. Anyway, it needs to go away. At minimum, that's just like a very smelly pillow that a dog laid all over a lot. So that's out of here. Okay, you can't see it from this direction, but let me take you over here. We've made a good little dent in the like pile of crap that was just sitting here in getting it organized. So it's so funny though. I'm showing you like this. There's also this. That's all Halloween also. So we're definitely not done, but we're getting close. So I got this bin uncovered. This one is full of, it appears, masks and treat buckets. We've got a whole bunch of these like Walmart dollar store. I hung these from the ceiling with candles in them last year. So I've got a whole bunch of those. Got some vintage style masks from Spirit. This is all stuff I will definitely be keeping because it's all pretty new. So I probably won't unpack this bin, but we can just take a look at what's in there. There's my Trick or Treat Studios creature from the Lack Lagoon bucket. Isn't that cool? And there's a vintage Frankenstein bucket. And there's, I think, a vintage ghost in there. I don't know where... Oh, there he is. There's the Trick or Treat Studios Frankenstein one. I like these clear bins because I can see what's in them. What I have been doing as I've been going is keeping this note on my phone that says in extreme detail what is inside each box. And we're gonna come up with a way to organize. Actually, I have come up with a way to keep track of this, and that might end up being like a Patreon exclusive, just a shorter video about how I'm gonna keep track of all this stuff that is in these bins. But while I've got this one open, I'm going to make a list of everything that is in there for my spreadsheet. Okay, one under that, again, we've come to another one that's pretty well packed. This is all stuff I used last year. This was the dining room last year, which is the one room that I actually really decorated last season. The vintage Halloween dining room, all that stuff ended up in here. I don't think I'm going to disturb this right now just because it's all packed there pretty well, and I know that all of this is stuff I want to keep because I just used it. I'm going to inventory this at a later time since we're on a time crunch today. I think a lot of this is my like folk art or small business made Halloween stuff or like real vintage stuff. So we're gonna leave that be. I am getting a little like confused / concerned. Let me show you what's going on here. So we've got all of my light up jack-o'-lanterns, like plug-in jack-o'-lanterns plus this blow moldy one. And I can see in this bin that this is all of my like traditionally colored like orange and black Halloween. I know that also has like a lot of the stuff from the Cool Cats line from At Home like 4 or 5 years ago. I definitely need to go through that, but point being, that's like the bins I can see, and then we have like, those are the ones we've gone through. I have those two, which I know what's in them. They need to be gone through because I think we can use those bins. There's stuff in there that I don't think is being stored the most efficiently / stuff I don't think a lot of that I think I don't want to keep. But where's my witch dining room stuff? There's either a missing bin or a hidden bin. There's this other little orange one, but that shouldn't be, I don't think that would be big enough for all the stuff from the dining room. I don't know. I'm a bit concerned about where that stuff ended up and why I don't see it openly. I don't know. Let's keep trucking, I guess, and open that. We'll open this other orange bin and see what's in there. This guy is what I not so lovingly refer to as the Trumpkin. I got this at Home Goods last year. It's really nice, like, quality. I spent a good amount of money on it, and then I got it home, and I just can't unsee the fact that I feel like it looks like Donald Trump, and it makes me not want to keep it. I got this little soap dispenser. I think this was sent to me by somebody. And to be frank with you, I just don't ever like change out my soap dispenser. Someone else sent me one too that was like a cute little black Volkswagen Beetle that was like Halloween. And they're super cute, but I just like, I hate having to like clean them out and stuff after the season is over. So that will probably get donated. I found this little at-home mushroom that I got last year while I was looking through some boxes, and he needs to go in the witch box once that's available to me again. I also moved a couple of Lamax Spooky Town pieces over there. I have 2 or 3 pieces of the Spooky Town, and let me tell you something. I really want to be a Spooky Town girl, and I mean I love them. I don't mean that I want to like them. I do like them. I want to be the kind of person who can have like a really beautifully set up. Go watch Aiden Haunts if you like the Lamax Spooky Town stuff. Aiden has the most beautiful town setup and has like built hills and things to like display the Spooky Town. It looks so good. I wish so badly to be that person. I don't have anywhere to set that up, A. I have nowhere in my house that would function, except maybe like my fireplace hearth. But that's jack-o'-lantern real estate, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, I love those pieces. I think they were all gifts. And I've never displayed them. And some of them are really like nice pieces that I know people look for. So I might try to sell those or something. Got this sphere light. This is the orange one. Miranda gave me these. These I think are originally from Target. She sent me these a couple years ago, and she sent me them because I made a comment when I was at her apartment once about how much I liked them. And then she was like, I'm not gonna be using them anymore. Do you want them? I'm not sure. I guess I can just, I mean, it's in a box. I think I can just store it like this. I think that's fine. There's a purple one too that's big or smaller maybe. Maybe it's in a box. I don't know where the purple one is. Ooh, got some black spider webs unopened. Put that with the like creepy manor stuff. All right, what is in this orange bin? This is the like witchy garden-y stuff. I guess a lot of it is like plants and things that are a little more squishy and malleable. So maybe, but I don't know. There's like oh wait, no, that's signage down there. What is happening? See, y'all, this is why I have to get organized. What is happening? This is a mess. This is definitely plants. I have like, my ghoulish garden is in here. There's a lot of creepy cloth. The whole bottom is signage. And then there's some stuff I've never used that was sent to me by Spirit. Yeah, no, this is ghoulish garden and my signage. Where's the rest of the witch stuff? Am I on drugs? Like, was there not more stuff and I'm just thinking there was more stuff? Roll the tapes. Hey, hello. So at this point, I did just go back and look at the video from 3 years ago from the Wish Dining Room. Everything is accounted for already at this point. I don't know what I thought that I had. I think a big thing was I used a lot of just my own personal like witchy home items. So it felt like there was more stuff. But yeah, I'm wackadoo. I don't know what pieces I thought I was looking for. Anyway, that's all. I just had to let you know. Enjoy the rest of the video. Forgot about, I think I got this at the end of the season last year. It's like one of those storage books. I never buy these, but I really loved this art and the colors. That's from, it must be Home Goods because it doesn't, Marshalls and TJ Maxx always say Marshalls or TJ Maxx, and that doesn't say, so it must be Home Goods. Oh yeah, I've got this cool like circular Ouija tablecloth that Spirit sent to me. Haven't used yet, but I'll definitely use that this year. That's cool. Oh, and this little window. You guys remember this from Target? I think this was last year's Target dollar spot. A little like spooky window. I like that. Okay, well, I'm so confused about what went through my head when I packed these boxes up last year. For those of you who maybe are new here and don't know, last October was really not great. I mean, there was some good things. I traveled a lot. I also had somebody that I loved taken from us through gun violence, and that was really like sudden and crazy. So I didn't do Halloween really at my house last year. I ended up spending Halloween out of town with friends because I was really, really depressed. But so I like put some stuff out for content purposes prior to that. Anyway, point being, I think by the time Halloween was over and I got home, I was just trying to like get it down and like get my head right. I really have made some choices here, is the point. I mean, for the chaos that it is, it's packed pretty nicely. So I'm gonna make a general note of what's in here. I will say, I know I told you I was gonna like show you everything in my bins. Anything I'm not pulling out and showing you is because it's gonna get used this coming year. So you'll see it in a couple months, because I will probably start decorating next month in August. And it's important to know what I have in these bins before I bring them up. All right, team. So I think my in-laws are gonna be here in about 15 minutes. I'm at a good like stopping point. So I think what needs to happen now, we're about to go out to lunch with them. And I think I'm going to grab at least one more large bin while I'm out. And then we're gonna consolidate some stuff. And when they get here, they're gonna build this big shelf. So I will check back in with you in a minute once we have moved some of these bins we've already looked at onto the shelf, and we have another bin to deal with like what's happening here. Hopefully that will put us in a place where we can push through the last bit of this. I'll see you in a minute. So I got this huge bin for all my jack-o'-lanterns, which was much needed, and Taylor and his stepdad got to work building this shelving unit, which got all the organized bins up and off the floor and made a lot of progress. All right, team. So my in-laws just left and we made a ton of progress. We worked for about 3 hours just like cleaning up, moving things around. So I'm going to show you where we're at now. So firstly, this is what's going on with the shelves. So we've got jack-o'-lantern tote that I showed you a little bit ago, and just like all my pumpkins that I made are up there. We've got these two totes, which I showed you before, and then this was one I found cleaning that's just full of blankets and pillows and stuff. We've got those two that we talked about, and then this is just some like miscellaneous. We've got my fogging skull pile from Spirit and a couple jack-o'-lanterns. This LED jack-o'-lantern from Cracker Barrel. So that got so much out of the way. Super awesome. So this is where we're at. We're here now. We've just got a couple bins to go through. These are both Goodwill boxes, so those are not even Halloween stuff. Those are the bins we have left to reorganize. And then over here, there's just like some tombstones and one box. So when we finally uncovered what was going on in this area, I found this box, and I'm pretty sure this is the witch box we've been looking for. So I'm gonna pull that around the corner, and we're gonna go through the last 2 or 3 totes. Got my Legend of Sleepy Hollow pillow. Ah, Bony Shaloob. If you didn't see the video last year, I got this on Facebook Marketplace, and I think it's so cute. It's a vintage skeleton pillow. Okay, so we've got some artwork. We've got these black and gold, like velvet spiderweb and skull pieces. Those are from Joanne. We've got a cloche. Got a couple of gravestone candles. Y'all, I don't know what this is either. This is like black and gold Halloween. Got my spiderweb tablecloth. Got a haunted house and the Cracker Barrel haunted house. Got a gold skull. What is this? Oh, these are like, there's like Bath and Body Works candle pedestals and stuff in here. Okay, well, I would say this bin would be a really good one for the rest of that stuff to go in. I feel like it meshes well with what's happening in here. I'm having that moment where I'm like, is this the most boring content I've ever made? Going to put these bats in here along with, I found what I'm assuming are like paper wall stick bats that I apparently bought last year and didn't use. So those are going in there. These are those skeleton portraits. Got a couple of pumpkins. There we go. We've got the gold jack-o'-lantern. Some of these little black plants. All right. I feel good about that. So this is all like black and gold, kind of haunted manor-y decor. Close that up. We're getting so close now. I went and got another big tub, but honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna need this whole tub. I have just a bunch of these. I have that pillow still. I took Bonnie Shalhoub and this pillow out of that other tote. So I think I might put some pillows and soft goods in here. I also have this really cool Headless Horseman pillow somebody sent me in my P.O. box. And I got, this is still like my favorite pillow I've ever bought. This was from Home Goods last year. I'll probably eventually, when it goes up for the season, it'll just, it lived on my couch basically until we got a new couch. Got this little soft guy. Pop all those in that bin. Back to the bin that we had the witchy stuff in, like the toad and everything. Still has a lot of room, but I'm gonna put, I left these out at first, but I think I'm gonna put them in here because I don't know if you can tell on camera, they have like green accents, which is why I think they kind of like go, it's like they're outdoor busts that were in a garden or something, you know? Hold on, I gotta get some stuff to wrap these. And I think I'll put this back in there. This is this little cauldron, but it's got the like moths and bugs and stuff that I use to decorate like the walls and things. Oh, I'm gonna put this in there too. Oh my gosh, I just saw a real centipede while I was putting away the fake centipedes. This y'all have seen before, but I never get tired of showing it. A subscriber made me this. Witch on Wheels made me this beautiful Headless Horseman book. And it's like one of my favorite decor pieces I own. Y'all, I'm so glad I don't have like an issue with bugs. I've seen so many spiders and millipedes and things down here today, which is fine. I like bugs actually, but if I was a person who didn't like bugs, today would have been a very challenging day. I think that's it on this tote. Honestly, might leave it here for a minute though and use it to prop some of these last few smaller totes on while I look at them. Okay, I gotta move this stuff over here. Speaking of beautiful things made for me by subscribers, this Beetlejuice wreath. This is Jackie Guillory Creations. Made this for me a few years ago and sent it to me. It's so cute. And I'm gonna just tell you all right now, because I know everybody is upset that we didn't get to the Sleepy Hollow yard last year, and so am I, but y'all, Beetlejuice is coming out in September. I have to do the Beetlejuice yard again this year. I have to. I have all the stuff to do it. We can't not do Beetlejuice when there's a Beetlejuice movie coming out on my birthday weekend. I'm so excited. Anyway, speaking of the juice, we got this sandworm candy greeter. There's also this Beetlejuice outdoor, like, light up, it's showtime banner from Spirit. I actually think I'm gonna put this in the box with the lights, which I know sounds crazy, but this lights up and all the like outdoor lights are in that box, and this would go on the porch. So I think I'm gonna put it in there. Got this fabric stack of pumpkins. I have had this. This is another one of my like very, very early, like 2015, 2016 Halloween pieces that I got at Home Goods, I think. It's heavy. I've had this forever though. All right. Now these two bins have been in this corner for quite a while. I have no idea what's all in here. Oh, this is all my like cocktail bar stuff. Got my like, these are copper jack-o'-lantern mule mugs that were from the Target dollar spot. Oh, what a cute, I forgot about him. It's a little kind of like, I don't know if you can see, it's getting dark in here now that it's later, but he's like a little green, kind of mossy little guy. He should probably go in the witch bin. I've got these plates from at home. Got like a skull decanter. That was also probably from at home. This wine bottle holder. I really like this. I think this is from Target years ago. And I don't drink anymore, but I still really love this piece. Oh, I've got some like little vampire things in here. I think I meant to make napkin holders out of these. The year of the vampire dining room. Got some like cocktail stirs. We've got a little serving dish. Got another Lamax Spooky Town little, just a tabletop one. It's very tiny. It's the Witch's Brew Coffee Hut. Just a bunch of cocktail napkins down there. Oh my gosh, my Haunted Mansion collector's glasses. They're the hitchhiking ghosts and they're like slanted because they're hitchhiking. I got these from Spirit when I like worked with them. The year that they hired me to do the flagship store, they sent me home with these glasses. So it seems like all of this is like barware and cocktail fixins, etc. That's fine. I think this is probably good to go away. And then we've got this one, which appears to be from when I did the like 90s living room a couple years ago, like nostalgia. So we've got like a bunch of McDonald's Boo Buckets and my like childhood Halloween toys. I've got like Marge Simpson and this like Ronald McDonald in a Frankenstein costume. Eyeball lights, this pom-pom garland thing I made. What is this? Oh, I think this is a Beetlejuice mantle scarf, so that's good. Oh, we've got two more of the masks in here. We've got the devil and the vintage skull. I wonder if I should put those in with the other masks. Honestly, this might be something I revisit. This is a lot of vintage, like older 80s and 90s Boo Buckets, and the ones from the last couple years. But to be honest with you, I collected them like for a very specific purpose, to use them for that one theme that I did, and I ended up not really loving how that theme came together. It was fine, but I don't think I would ever do it again. So I might end up selling those Boo Buckets as like a little lot, and I might use these ones, like the newer ones, and do some little goodie baskets or something for some subscribers or some Patreon people, just as like a treat. Like, you know, just send it to some random people as like a little, like a boo basket. This guy that I got from Home Goods 2 years ago, it's like a black pumpkin, but it has all these like bugs on it, and I think it's super cool. I got it actually, I wanted to rub, kind of like dry rub some paint over it to make the bugs pop. And then, I don't know, I love bug decor, so I was like, I'll use it somewhere. But I actually think that would be a really cool porch pumpkin for a Beetlejuice yard. But I'm gonna see if it'll fit in this. It will not. It's kind of a big guy. It's so funny organizing these things and like knowing that I'm gonna get everything out in like 3 weeks probably. But it's good. It's good for me to know what I have and know like where everything is. I think the last little things, I found this bag and that's full of other par lights that I was missing. So I need to put that lighting and stuff in the lighting bin. I think I'm just gonna leave these large signs on top of that bin because they don't fit inside anything. This is old. This was my grandparents'. It's like an older style spooky town, basically, before spooky town was a thing. But I've always loved this. It's this full moon market. And it's like a little market shop, pumpkins, and I just think it's so cute and it lights up. I need to find a good place for this, and I need to decide what to do about Trumpkin. Oh no, I just looked over and saw we got one more bin. Okay, so this is actually the last bin. This is kind of like funny and fun. I don't know, like embarrassing almost. This is my Halloween decor from like Taylor and I's first apartment when we had no money and no space for decor. So there's like a little witch hat in here that is in less than great shape. Oh, this says Halloween is a lifestyle. This is from At Home, the Cool Cats collection. What else is in here? What is this? This is the stuff that when I was saying this is like kind of embarrassing. I'm pretty sure all this stuff is from like Dollar Tree because that's what I could afford at the time. And it's just like so funny. I would never buy like this stuff with the glitter and things on it now, but trick or treat. And this glitter black skull. Glitter green pumpkins. I did actually really like this. It's like a vinyl banner that has like drapey spider webs. Oh, and this was like a hide and eek thing. It was like a paper, like cardboard chandelier in 4 parts that you could put together, and it had little like purple jewels that hung off of it. Oh, actually, you know what? I need these for a video. This is great. Some pumpkin carving kit and tools. Starburst pumpkins, also from At Home Cool Cats line. Honestly, none of this is stuff I will probably ever use again. So this will either get donated or turned into like little boo bucket situations. I'll definitely be using this. That is immaculate timing. I also found, this is so funny and like random. This is like a baking dish full of streamers and like glass shiny bright Halloween ornaments. And then there's also like a bowl full of them. I have no idea why I put them in these baking dishes. They're cute though. It's like a skull. There's like a little witch. There's some cute little like jack-o'-lantern guys wearing witch hats. These bulbs are super cute. They've got like cats and bats silhouetted on them. So these are adorable ornaments. And I have a lot of them. I used to do a Halloween tree in the living room, but I just haven't had like space or need of that in a long time. But those ornaments are so cute. I don't know. I'm definitely gonna hold on to those and maybe find a way to use them. I need like some way to store those though. I need like an ornament box or something. And then lastly over there we have my decapitated head from At Home last year that I got for the Sleepy Hollow yard. He's gonna go in the like pseudo outdoor box. I almost certainly am not going to open this box in like 2 months when I forget this is in here and scare the shit out of myself, right? Right? Okay, so we've officially gone through everything. I'm going to put these last few miscellaneous pieces away where they need to be. Then I will meet you over at the shelf and we'll kind of take a look at the final result. All right, everybody, we did it. I am so freaking thrilled. We've lived in this house for 4 years now, and I have wanted to get these bins up on a shelf and everything stored nicely for so long. This feels so like, just like a weight off my shoulders. I don't know if any of you remember this. It was probably 3 years ago, but our like water closet, like little powder room toilet on the first floor flooded like into our basement on Halloween. On Halloween a couple years ago. And I was so thankful that it happened on Halloween because none of the decorations were in that spot where they normally are. And that's right where the bathroom is. It flooded into that spot all over where the Halloween decor would have been if it had been there. And thankfully it wasn't. But ever since then, I've known that that's like a possibility, that if that bathroom floods again, that's right where it's gonna happen. So having it over here, having it on shelves, having everything in plastic and safe just feels like I can breathe. As you can see, there is no real room for growth of my collection at all. We have hit max capacity on the shelf already. Let's see, we ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's actually a big bin right next to you that I couldn't fit on the shelf. So 12 bins of Halloween. This whole wall over here that you can't see out of frame is Christmas. Yeah, I have a lot of decor. It's definitely time that I slow my roll on making purchases, which is why I've not really been Halloween hunting much this year. I've looked online for a few pieces that I know for a fact that I want, and then I go out in search of like those 1 or 2 pieces, but I'm really trying to cut back on buying because I just don't need any more. But this is really exciting. I got some S-hooks and hung the wreaths on the side of the shelf, which is nice to have those like up and not laying around. We've got all my jack-o'-lanterns that I made up off the ground on the top shelf, which is really, really nice to know they're not like sitting around getting nasty because I worked so hard on those. I really hope this was fun and interesting for you. I know I don't typically do like organizational content, but like I said, we're getting a new HVAC system on Monday, which I'm very excited about because our house, the air conditioner is old enough to buy beer and our house is 2 levels, so it gets very, very hot in the Midwest summers. So really excited about the new air conditioner, and I'm really happy that it forced me to do this because, you know what, real quick, let me show you the rest of the basement now. I mean, y'all saw this. This was unwalkable before, and now it's like completely cleared out. I don't think I've seen my basement like this since I moved in. But yeah, here's the main area with Halloween and Christmas and other holidays. You can see my pink coffin back there, and that thing with the white cover on it is the Beetlejuice animatronic, our 2 Christmas/holiday trees. So outside of the Halloween stuff, that just makes me feel so much better to have done too, because like, y'all know, we all have the spaces in our house that are out of sight, out of mind, and they get out of control very quickly, and then it feels like you have no idea how to rein it back in. So I'm glad that this one is tackled for now. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Again, I hope this was fun and interesting for you. It definitely helped me get it done to talk to y'all while I did it. And again, thank you all so much for your continued care and support through my last couple years of health issues and the last 6 months especially. I am, as you can tell by the level of activity that I've been able to do even today, I am feeling so good, even just a week out of my surgery, a little over a week out. And I know it's only gonna continue to get better, and that's so exciting. I have content planned and lined up for the next 4 weeks already. Really fun Halloween stuff. We've got some like media specific content coming up for a re-release of one of my all-time favorite films. We have the living room reveal, which y'all, my living room looks so good. And so many of you have been asking about what happened with the living room. And it took me forever to do because I was moving at an actual snail's pace, but it is like, it's my dream living room. It looks so good and I can't wait to share it with you guys. So lots of exciting stuff headed your way. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe before you leave today. And of course, if you're looking for more content from me, you can find me all over the web at Midge Munster, on Instagram, on Patreon. You can listen to my podcast, Ghouls Night In, wherever you get your podcasts. All of those links are in the description box below. And I will see you all again very soon. I promise. Until next time, keep it campy, kooky, glamorous, and spooky. Mwah. Bye!